Morning, guys. So I had a rotten night's sleep. I don't know how well the old brain's working this morning. So I'm gonna do a guest game as an intermediate, right? I'll do a 15-10, and I'm just gonna play against some kind of random. It could be Hikaru, for all I know, but we'll see. Can't create a challenge because I'm currently playing. Okay, well. So this is just a way to. I'm gonna play the Alpin. I don't know why. Okay, so it's got good control over the center. I go here. I think I should probably bring the knight out because knight hits here and also defends this square, right? So d4 takes. We get into an open Sicilian kind of deal. But this looks kind of nice as well. Knight might come out here and contest, but let's get the bishop out. What is this? What is this? Is this a 10-minute? What is this? This is 10-minute unrated. Okay, here. Knight comes out wanting to take my bishop. I could always reinforce and then slap a pawn back in the center. He can't push. So I think I can probably afford to get castled now. Okay, this is fine. Now I hit the rook. The rook moves. Okay, now d3 or d4. I've got to do something because apart from anything else, I want to get this knight out in the board. I want to get this bishop out in the board. So that means that the d-pawn solves both issues, right? Now if I go here, takey, queen takes, hits the rook. Come on, let's strike out. I'm castled, he's not. Let's blow the bloody doors off. You're only supposed to blow the bloody doors off. Okay. I don't feel like I'm playing an intermediate player at this point, but you never know. I think this would be risky because he ends up with an IQP, an isolated queen's pawn, right? There's no pawns to either side that can ever defend that pawn. And if I control the square in front of that pawn, that's meant to be a good thing. This is a good thing. If by any chance he decides to pin my knight, I think bishop takes f7. Okay. Okay, I'm going to take with the queen. And one reason is it prevents this fianchetto. And there, and here, and there. Yeah, take with the queen. I'm also hitting the rook. So now he has problems. Big kahuna problems, okay? So now the rook has to come to one of these squares. Or you defend it with a queen. That's also a thought. That is also a thought. But I have another attacker, right? Queen here. Does that bother us? We just take the rook. And then proceed to eat his lunch. Here, queen should come in. I just moved the knight. Don't worry about it. Forget about it. Well, that hangeth the rook, surely, right? Now, the only thing you have to be careful of is, because my queen will be undefended on a7, can this bishop move to a check? Well, hell no. So it's thank you very much for the free rook. You take my bishop, and you lose your queen. Okay. I don't know. What do you think? Who knows? I like this. This is dogging. This is chess with random strangers in car parks. You don't know them from Adam. They don't know you from Eve. This is another. Okay, the Napoleon attack. Now, one has come a cropper to this before in the past. One instinct is knight f6, just preventing any kind of shenanigans. This is very tempting, right? But if knight here, out comes the bishop to c4. And then I've got a job on. This is also, actually, that's all I'm going to mirror. Because if he takes, I take, that's a tempo. I've got a piece out in the board, he don't. He's just switched sides of the board. I don't know if this is right, and I think I do have a study on this, but buggered if I can remember what it says. Not at 8:26 on a... Yeah, my wife kept me up. So I tried to get in like an early night last night. 2 targets here, look. Then yeah, she came up to bed later and cough in, and I couldn't sleep. So I ended up coming downstairs because she had work tomorrow, and because I'm just a bum, and that's a family fork. And 5 moves and you resign. Okay. I like this. There's nothing at stake, This is when I... Ooh, do you know what I'm going to do? The kiddie counter gambit. Now, I do have a study on this, and I haven't got the foggiest what it says. All right, I've gambited a pawn basically. But look, I'm ready to castle. I also have this. Now there is some weird line where you just decimate the king side. But I'm just going to play with moves. Okay, I can hit the queen again. Hit me, baby, one more time. I can also go off to c2. But then that creates a problem. Then I take on the... Let's just hit the queen. I'm going to make you regret coming into my side of the board. 1, 2, 3 pieces. What is Spanish for chess piece? I don't know. Okay. I think queen e7 here looks nice because I get some more tempage going on. Yeah, queen e7. If he tries to pawn fork, I hit the queen. I don't know though. I think he's got the pawn fork. No, he hasn't got the pawn fork anyway because I've got double eyes on there. Okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to crawl all over you. Be like, I'm an intermediate, get me out of here. This threatens c2. He can bring the bishop back to b3 or d3 to defend. But I mean, immediately I just have 2 attackers on here. I also have this hitting the queen. If this hitting the queen, she's got a bunch of squares she can go to. But she has got a bunch of squares she can go to. I don't know where the hell she can go. Does that benefit me in any way? Well, it targets f2. I mean, I can still just win the pawn. What about if I do this? What's he going to do? He's just going to drop the bishop out. Okay, well, let's get our thing on. Let's be aggressive. Okay. Right, he's doubled up on here. So I think castles looks reasonable here. And we're targeting this, and this is pinned. Okay, well, I'm going to have that. You have this, but that drops h2. Yeah. I'd like to come back here, but I can't. Alright, I have snatched this, I think. Now, I've got to be a bit careful, because this pawn's pinned, so it's not defending this knight. So this knight is now on prise. Well, it's not on prise, but it's technically undefended. So we need to be jolly careful. Right, I think I can just have that pawn. Why can I have that pawn? Well, what's defending it? This knight. What else is this knight defending? Oops, my rook. Not my rook, his rook. This is me pretending to be him. Ooh. How many moves was that? That was a whopping 11 move game. That was a marathon. What intermediate my ass. Le French defense. Let's see how many moves we get this time against the Dimadum Gambit. There's no pre-moves. probably best. La, 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 la. It doesn't really matter. I mean, he could bring his knight out. He could take. This has stopped you in your tracks, hasn't it? 30 seconds. I really need to grow up and not play this opening, but I get so much cheap elo from it. Okay, and this is basically what we are looking for. As long as we've got a pawn on d5, it doesn't matter. He could have taken, and taken, or any combination, but queen a4 check now essentially wins a piece. If he takes, I take back with the pawn. If the knight blocks, pawn takes knight. This is the whole idea of the gambit, and every man and his dog falls for it. If they don't fall for it, you're going to be worse. But very often they do fall for it. Having said that, like the number of times against d4, these things, and I've played e6 and brought my bishop out, just pinning the knight and just sitting there going, haha, I've got a pin, and then I get punked with this. I know I need to be a bit more aware of that. It's happened to me today already. So, what's it to be? Is this game number 4? I should probably rate it. I'd be like 1700 by now. And he doesn't know what to do. Because there is no way out of it. This is the whole point. You would just want to secure a pawn on here, because the only way that black could defend the bishop and block the check, right, would be knight c6. But knight c6 is not possible because of the evil pawn on d5. And that's why you lose. So many free points. Okay, so now we just take the bishop because he's attacked our queen. We're attacking this. We're attacking this. We're kind of attacking this. It's defended. And also, note, king can't castle. That's a bonus. If he takes, I might even take with a knight. I think we take with a knight. I think the more junk that comes off the board now, the better. And queen maintains eyes on f8, preventing castles. Now, black does get to play on, but again, he still can't castle. But he's a piece down for a pawn. I have the bishop pair. And on a board like this, 2 bishops is going to be a force to be reckoned with. He should probably have given up the knight rather than the bishop. Okay. I'm just going to keep trading off. Don't think twice, it's all right. Okay, I'm going to bring my knight out, maybe here. Defends this and attacks this. Well, ain't no use sit and wonder why, babe, if you don't know by now. That's how it goes, isn't it? Okay, this, because I want to open up my bishop, I would also quite like to castle my king. That would be very comfortable indeed. And why not? Let's get castled. He's also now castled by hand. I have an extra dark square bishop. So I'm thinking a move like this might come. If he moves that pawn, off it comes. We're just going to grind, simplify down. There's no rocket science here. And he's having to use all his time to try and come up with some kind of tactic. I'm having that. Because it's going to give him isolated pawns all over the place. Yeah, my rook's going to come to e1. I'm going to try and snatch this pawn. That pawn is a liability. That pawn is a liability. That pawn is actually not the most secure thing in the world. Okay, let's play rook e1. This is defended, I'm not concerned. If you push, you've got bishop takes, targeting this and this. Well, maybe that's the key to winning at chess. Don't sleep. Okay, if I hit you, I think we can probably afford to hit the rook. If he comes here, I have bishop e3. Having said that, that blocks my attack on the pawn, but no, it also skewers the rook on a7. You come here, I don't have that because it hangs my knight, so I need to be slightly more careful than that. Alright. Well, let's attack the pawn anyway. There's only one way to defend it that I can see. And that, I think, actually loses material. Because I can take this pawn, and if rook takes, I have bishop c5 check. What the hell was that? Okay, I take a free pawn. I might come back here, skewer the rook again, and have this pawn too. I now have this pawn. This is what he's thinking. Say I take, he comes in anyway. Can't I just push g3? Okay, I'm not messing around. I'll get my evil on. You hear what I'm saying here, Billy boy? I'ma get medieval on your ass. What the? Okay. Wins pawn, pawn schmawn. Rook e1. That's not bad, but my knight is in the centre. I mean, does it want to stay in the centre? Well, it does hit the rook and defends this, and it puts the knight on a protected square. I'm probably going to play rook e1. This bishop check is now guarded by the knight as well. I think just pushki. And it's goodbye protected square. But keeping my pawns now on the dark squares, ghosts it from this bishop. This is now invisible and hidden from the bishop. He still doesn't have this move though, with check, which means I might play king f1. I might also do this. This is just winning actually, isn't it? Skewer the rook, force the trade of rooks. I'm going to be up a knight. Otherwise, relatively equal endgame apart from the split pawns on the queen's side. And opposite coloured bishop ending as well. So we need to be careful. But the extra knight will just make all the difference in an ending like that. So that's my primary intention here is rook d1, forcing the trade of rooks. Rook d1, forcing the trade of rooks. Ain't no use turning on your light, babe. The light I never knowed. There's a donate thing, I think, under the videos, so you can press that and I'll stop singing on my videos and just stick to chess. I'm on the dark side of the road. I wish there was something you would do or say to try and make me change my mind and stay. But we never did too much talking anyway. Don't think twice, it's alright. Right, okay. Now our mind turns to how do we win? Because sometimes it's not all that easy. Sometimes it's a big pain in the bottom. This king would like to come down here. Okay. Can I defend the pawn? I can defend the pawn. And then kingy can come along and defend the knight, and everything is defended in one big love chain. Okay, I think this is fine. Yes, you can. Ooh, what was that? Did I just click view source? Why did I do that? This is F3. Oh, hello. Hello. But, boom. Yes, the knight is pinned. Right, hang on. That doesn't work. Oh, he's found a way. I have moved. That was a mistake. Trying to defend the knight, trying to be clever and make a love chain. Okay, so I need to turn my mind to what happens next. Problem is, after bishop takes here, I'm not going to have to move this pawn forward, which could be a problem. If I come here, he's going to take. I'm going to probably come here, or I could go here, and everything's safe on this side, but I need a way to defend that side. Okay, I think I'm going to come this way. Bishop can go there, and then king can defend the queen side. This should be drawing any day of the week, to be fair. Yeah, my bishop actually hung there, but then so did his. So now it's going to be this. That was foolish. That was very foolish indeed. Right, now he can't touch any of my stuff. It's like hands off my stuff. So all he's got really, this pawn can't do nothing. Why are you using that pawn? It can't do nothing. I just told you, it comes here, it gets sliced. In fact, I might even stick my bishop there, just to prove a point. In my favour, he has less than 2 minutes on the clock because of my funky opening. Funky opening sounds a bit... Why, sir? Yes, you don't want a funky opening. Personal hygiene is very important. Right, minute and a half, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? You did very well. You did very well. I said, I know, Jose, before you say, no, he didn't do very well, you were stupid. I know, I was stupid, but it's good to spot when your opponent does something stupid. Yeah, it's good when you're behind to hustle and scrap and come up with resources. Because it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to win when you're winning. Okay, he wants to come here. If he takes. So I can't defend that right now. If he comes here and takes, it's a thought. What about this though? De-encourages this, doesn't it? Because then if he comes forward, I just take, and I've got everything. It's kind of tied up. I'd love to come after this pawn. That's probably my objective. I don't know how he defends it. How he does this. Let's just come backwards. I might even do this idea. That could be a thought. 37 seconds now. He's screwed. He's got to get at least one queen through. And that ain't going to happen. Sorry. This. Bishop can't go there. It's got to come to one of these squares. Could always can just come back here just to waste time. Now I can't force through these pawns either. Okay, let's come back here. See, my bishop guards all of those. They just cannot take a step forward. Through. 2, 1. You're going to lose. Lose on time. Well, an ignoble way to get a win, but I think that's like 4 from 4 or 5 from 5, and that will do me. Lots of fun. Hope you enjoyed it too. Thank you for watching. If you want to, well, I don't drink coffee anymore, so you can't buy me a coffee, but if you want to give me a tip, then I think there's a tip thing under all the videos, so would always be welcome. Thank you very much. See you soon.